Hello everybody and welcome back to the E3 coverage. This one gonna be a quick one. Nobody cares about this one. It's Fallout 4 VR and Doom VR. VR is fucking dead, alright? Let's just pull them out, go over to the stuff. We don't even know. First of all, there was no gameplay because we've all seen the gameplay 1,000 fucking times before, and the only thing new was showing you like, you're a pair of floating hands rather than a full person because your hands are the vibe controllers. By the way, even though it's like a home-based game, like Skyrim is well known on Xbox, PlayStation, all like that. Nah, PlayStation VR, can't do that. Microsoft HoloLens, nah, it's going to be PC exclusive to the HTC Vive. Because if you noticed from yesterday's press conference of Microsoft, did you notice how Microsoft didn't say anything about the HoloLens? Because it's shit. VR was a phase and it's already dying. Who talks about the Oculus Rift anymore? No one. The Oculus Rift is dead and gone. It was replaced by the Vive and the Vive is struggling to stay alive. Microsoft, they've just completely scrapped the idea of the HoloLens. That shit, not gonna happen. No microphone detected. I think you'll find there is. But yeah, that shit, not gonna happen. And then PlayStation, well, some people are saying there's gonna be a bit of VR, but even then, that's not going to be as much as last year where it was just the PlayStation VR conference. There's only going to be a tiny bit because remember when PlayStation was like, every single game we release for the PlayStation 4 is going to be VR compatible. That certainly lasted through the year, didn't it? I mean, Overwatch is definitely compatible with VR, guys, because every PlayStation game is compatible with VR. Just like he said. Oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not, because they realised it's just a phase. It was just a passing trend. But Bethesda, oh, we're going to cling on to that VR with the only VR system that's left alive, which is the HTC Vive for the PC. And even then, it's very niche. It's a very niche audience. So, description, well, it's 1 out of 5. It's exactly what it says on the tin. It's Fallout 4. But you can play it in virtual reality. You can be in the game. Oh my god, Spider! We're in the game! I'm in first person and I can look at my hand! Look at my hand! We're in the game, Spider. I can see my hand in the game. Look, oh my god. I'm moving my hand around in the game. It's like I'm actually here, Spider. It's like I'm actually here right now. I know, it's amazing. The future's fucking amazing, isn't it? So, yeah, that's VR. It does what it says on the tin. You're in the game, even though, oh look, I'm in first person in the game right now. And oh look, my hand is moving around in the game right now without the use of $700 fucking goggles. So the graphics, you know, we'll just give them like 4 out of 5. It's Doom graphics, it's Fallout graphics. They were fine. They were great. There was nothing wrong with them. They haven't changed or updated the graphics in any way. They've just stuck it on a fucking VR headset. The pre-rendering, well, it was all a pre-render trailer. Every little bit of it. I'll play it up in the top right now just so that you can get a feel for it. It was all pre-rendered. Bar one piece of gameplay which they ripped, 1 out of 5, because there was one piece of gameplay that they ripped right out of Gary's mod. Like, look at this. So you can obviously see a little bit of the trailer where it's just like, oh look, you can walk up to the Doom animals and you can stroke them with your hand, feel it with your hand in the game. But then they show one piece of actual gameplay where someone's building a house in Fallout, and that's the fucking Gary's mod item gun. Like, let's do a side by side. I did this in the previous video, but now we gotta address it more. That is the Gary's mod item spawning gun. That's the fucking duplicator. It's a little gun-like object that fires a blue beam to create an item. And if you look on the left at our Gary's mod, that's a fucking gun that shoots a blue beam that spawns an item. You ripped that right out of Gary's mod. You took that right out of Gary's mod. The only thing is, you changed the gun slightly so it doesn't look like the Gary's mod gun, but it still fires a blue beam to spawn items. That's the Gary's mod gun, dude. You didn't need... And why have we got... And that's another thing. Why have we got to fire the item out of the gun? Couldn't we place it with our hands? Don't you want us to be in the game? I thought you wanted us to be in the game, VR. I thought you wanted us to get the chair and place the chair with our hands, because we need to experience the game. Clearly this VR's a bit half-assed. So yeah, final verdict, fucking 2 out of 5. VR is shit and nobody talks about VR. Like motion controls on the goddamn Wii, it was a passing trend, a gimmick, and now the gimmick is dead. Get in the bad chest, you're not welcome here. You are not welcome here! Bad. So that's VR. I mean, do feel free to let me know what your thoughts on this VR is. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think it's not a trend? Do you think we can be in the game like this pig? Imagine what it'd be like to be like him. To see the world through his eyes in first person. Through our eyes in first person. And move our hands like in first person. It's impossible without $700 goggles. But maybe, you know, I know this from experience. Motion controls... Everybody was about that Kinect, and oh boy, that Kinect sure did last, didn't it? Remember those PlayStation Move controllers with the glowing balls? Oh boy, motion control sure did last with PlayStation Move. I really love motion controls. They definitely were a passing trend, so it's not like history is repeating itself. But maybe I'm just being a bit too cynical, but I highly doubt it on this one because, well, we're already seeing the fact that the Oculus Rift is dead and the fact that Microsoft has scrapped the HoloLens. So I think I'm pretty much on the ball on this one, but do leave your thoughts about Fallout VR and Doom VR. Are you going to drop $700 on a pair of goggles and little sticks that you shake around, or is it not for you? Are you just going to be a sensible person and buy the $40 game? And now that we've got the shitty VR out of the way, we can actually move on to the real games that aren't shitty VR. So we'll move on to what's next. I think next is to do with all of the Skyrim stuff, like Skyrim coming to the Switch and the whole you've got to pay for the mods now. Let's have a look. Oh no, sorry. Next is Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. But we'll probably do the Skyrim stuff because there's 3 Skyrim things all together, which is the Skyrim mods, the Elder Scrolls Online, and Hearthstone, Heroes of Skyrim. So we'll move on to the Skyrim stuff next. But for now, if you did indeed enjoy the video, do feel free to leave a like, it does help out. And of course, if you don't want to miss out on any of the other E3 coverage we got coming across the next couple of days, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bing the bell so the notifications actually come through, because subscriptions just don't fucking work anymore. And of course, there are links down below to my DeviantArt and Twitter. If you want to see what I'm tweeting live, I'll be tweeting live in a couple of hours when the Sony press conference starts, so you can see my initial reactions at the time, as well as a link to my public Discord if you just want to come in and chat with everybody else about E3, and a link to my Patreon. But for now, thank you all for watching, and I'll see all of you in the next one.